Welcome to video 3. I'm Nancy Abohatab from Residential Life, and this video will tell you a little bit about interviewing and then the RA selection process. RA interviews will be held in the first full week in February. All candidates will get notification during the mid to end of January to let them know whether they're being invited to an interview or not. If you have passed both screening rounds, you will most likely get an interview with us. As mentioned in the second video, we will look at the top 325 candidates to interview. Let me start off with what happens if I want to interview and I'm invited to interview, but I'm currently studying abroad or I'm on some other university affiliated program which takes me off campus 5 days a week. The answer is easy. If we want to interview you and you're not physically here on campus, we will arrange a Skype interview for you. So, in terms of the interviews, there will be options for interviews on 4 different days and times during that first week in February. You will get a link to go back to eRes Life where you completed the application to choose your interview date and time. When you do that, you're going to get notification to also keep free the same day of the week and time for the next week in February. So that may sound like you're actually signing up for 2 interviews. You're only signing up for 1 interview. The date that you're going to keep open during the following week is only to be used in the event of snow or if the university closes for some reason. If the interview goes on as scheduled, then you have that date and time free the next week. Each interview will last approximately 45 minutes, and you will be interviewed by one of our supervisors, which is either an assistant residence hall director, a hall director, an assistant director, and in some cases, an associate director. And then you will also be interviewed by one of our current RAs or SRAs. The supervisor and the RA or SRA will be your interview team. They will complete 1 rating form at the end of that interview, and they will score, using a rubric, your responses to the interview questions. While we won't be sending the questions out in advance, you will have a copy of them at the interview table when you arrive for your interview. And following the interview process, what we will do is go through and look at all the rating forms and look at all the rating form scores. We will then determine a cutoff score based on all of the total scores. That will determine whether or not you're eligible to be considered for an RA position or not. So, let's say you have your first interview and you do a great job and you meet the cutoff score. Then you tell us that you're interested in one of the learning communities, honors communities, or our special interest communities. And the special interest communities are veterans housing, gender inclusive housing community, ROTC community, or Husky Village. If you indicated that you're interested in any of those areas, it's possible that you will get an email from those communities asking you for a second interview. Since this is just an overview, there will be more information coming to you about those interviews at a later date. Once all the interviews have been concluded, supervisors will review the applications for eligible to consider candidates, those of you who interviewed and met the cutoff score. They will then look at the number of returning RAs they have, as well as the number of vacancies they have for new hires. Then we will all get together in one large room, and the supervisors will place the RAs that they would like to hire. Once they have done that, you will receive communication again from me. That will be a status update, and your communication will be one of 3 options. The first one would be, congratulations, we're going to offer you a position for 2020-2021. That letter will give you very important information about when your position will start and end, as well as our expectations for you. It will indicate the area to which you've been hired, except in a few special cases. So it may say North Campus, it may say East Campus. If we are offering you a position for one of the learning communities, honors, or special interest communities, those will be much more specific. For example, if you are hired for Eco House, that is in Worth Tower. So it would say Eco House Learning Community, Worth Tower. Supervisors will then make specific assignments for all other hired staff. You will receive that information by the end of the spring 2020 semester. You will also talk more with the current supervisors of the area to which you've been assigned when you attend the staff meet and greet in April. More information about that is on the 4th video. The second notification you might get could say that you are an alternate. That means that although you met the cutoff score from the interview, we did not have enough positions to fill in order to make you an offer. You can still be considered as long as you meet all the screening criteria for any positions that become available from that date forward into fall 2020 and or spring 2021. The third and final notification option is no longer eligible, and that is based on either your interview score not meeting the cutoff and or you are being screened out for one of the other screening reasons. And that is pretty much it when it comes to the interviews and selection. I wanted to keep this brief at this point because it's a lot of information to have to keep track of so early in the process, but I will continue to update candidates as the process moves along. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email at nancy.abohatab@uconn.edu. My address is also clickable on the Residential Life website or eRes Life. Thank you.